isn't it hot in there? Oh my God, with all this PPE on, it is so warm. I don't know about you, but I am sweating in there. So what I want to talk about today is how our PPE is going to have an effect on our treatment. So basically, our clients are obviously coming back for their amazing lashes. We are PPE'd up to the hilt and we are warm and we're hot and we're giving off heat and we're very close to our client. Then the client comes in flapping in Newcastle means they're stressed, or they're late, or they're trying not to be late, but you know, they're rushing from one thing to another, which is normal, yeah. And they're also hot. It's still warm outside, you know, we're having a really bad day here, so it's really horrible, it's raining, but it's still warm. So the body temperatures are really warm as well. And they're gonna lie down and they're gonna pop the mask on and go, yes, I'm ready for my lashes, all right, let's go. First things first is we have a problem because all of that warm, moist air that they're breathing out is coming straight up here. You'll have to excuse my terrible nails, but it's coming right up here. It's coming right where the place where we don't want it, because it's coming straight to their eyelashes. So really, by rights, we're working in a lot more humidity and we're working in a lot hotter temperature than what we usually used to. On top of that, we're hot. On top of that, the client's hot. On top of that, it's just like heat everywhere. So we need to really, need to adjust how we're working, unless we're going to have big problems with our retention. Of course, we all know, or we should know by now, we should be dealing with and looking at our relative humidities and temperatures. But one thing that I try and say is don't get too focused and obsessed with this. You know, especially in the place that we live. Like, let's face it, our humidity, our humidities have got quite a big space, so it's like between 40 and 60 usually. That's quite a big jump, and that's a lot of humidity that we've got to work with. We should understand how to work with the humidity and what to do with the adhesives when we don't have as much humidity, or if we've got too much humidity, but also we never really know exactly what humidity we're working on the eyes. Everything changes, so you know, really don't get obsessed with it. One of my biggest tips, I would say, is talk to your adhesive. Let your adhesive communicate to you. Let your adhesive tell you what's happening. You know that the humidity is not crazily over. You know that the humidity is not crazily under. You know that the temperature is warm and probably warmer than normal. So really, we need to allow that adhesive to communicate. And if we don't communicate back, then we are going to have retention problems. So really do figure this out, because we work in a lot hotter temperatures and a lot more humidity. So if you know what is going to happen with your adhesive, it is going to set much faster. So we need to check in those lashes to make sure their connection's good, make sure the bonds are good, make sure that we've cleansed the lashes and prepped the lashes the best that we can, so that we can give our client the best possible retention that we possibly can. And that being said, you know, we are adapting to all of these new measures and all of these new PPEs that we've got to wear, and it's not the easiest. So that was just something I wanted to come on about, because I think the whole PPE thing is, you know, a standing joke now, especially us in the salon, because we're just so warm and we can't take the salon temperature down, because obviously we need the adhesives to work. However, we need our clients not to sit there freezing, because we can't give them blankets anymore. So, you know, we kind of have to take the hit, and this is where we're really being tested, I suppose, as lash artists, because, you know, when you come in, your client is so warm and she's, you know, breathing this warm air, then what we could do, it's only going to help a little bit, it's not going to help much, but what we could do is we could tape the mask down. I don't know if anybody's doing that. I have seen some people having the pad over here. What I would say is, if you're using the gel pad and you're doing that, as long as the gel pad isn't your only source of keeping those natural lashes down, because what's going to happen is the client's going to chit-chatter, or she probably will chit-chatter at some point, and those pads are going to move up into the eyes. So what we need to do is make sure that maybe he's using tape, or we use these amazing eye patches first, then we place gel eye pads on. Gel eye pads have a tendency of moving around, even if you cut them and they fit perfectly. With this, you can't just place them over here. You're just going to have problems. As soon as that starts moving, which it does, it's just going to move your eye pads. So I just wouldn't recommend that. Maybe it's a little bit tape just to help it, but it's not going to cure the problem completely. So just wanted to kind of come on and give a little tip on that, and just to make everybody aware that we are going to face some issues, and you probably will face some client issues, client retention issues, but just try and be aware that we work in much hotter and much more humid than normal. So please take that into consideration when you are lashing your client, and I shall see you soon.